There's a universal human fantasy that the end of history will arrive with a dramatic soundtrack, a sky full of special effects, and a divine narrator saying, "All right, everyone, gather around. We're doing the finale." But the Torah, in its usual inconvenient honesty, offers something far less cinematic and far more uncomfortable: refinement. Not fireworks, not explosions, refinement. Welcome to the fifth, the last refinement, the stage of the fifth exile that nobody puts on posters because it requires something humanity avoids more than famine, war, or taxes: introspection. The fifth exile is misunderstood because people think exile is about geography. We were here, then we were there, then we came back. Cute, very National Geographic. But the Torah's definition is far more psychological. Exile is when you forget who you are, even while standing exactly where you're supposed to be. It's identity amnesia. It's spiritual jet lag. And the fifth exile? That's the one where the world is technically home, but spiritually wandering the aisles, like someone who forgot why they walked into the grocery store. Now let's talk about Israel, God's firstborn son. Not the favorite, not the only, but the firstborn, which in Torah language translates to, congratulations, you get responsibility, pressure, and the privilege of being blamed for everything from ancient rebellions to modern Wi-Fi outages. The final test for the firstborn is not survival. Israel has survived everything from Babylon to Rome to social media discourse. The final test is refinement, the ability to hold power without losing humility, to be vindicated without becoming insufferable, and to lead without needing applause. And then there's Ishmael, the great nation, not the side character, not the antagonist, a great nation. The Torah doesn't hand out greatness like a participation trophy. Ishmael's descendants carry strength, resilience, and a spiritual intensity that shaped continents. But greatness comes with its own test: the ability to stand tall without needing to replace the firstborn, the ability to recognize Israel's role without feeling erased, the ability to return to the burial scene of Abraham, where Ishmael stepped back and let Isaac go first, and understand that humility is not humiliation. Now, if you're coming from a Christian framework, you might be waiting for the 1,000-year reign, the devil in solitary confinement, and the grand finale where everyone gets sorted like cosmic laundry. Relax. That's your script. The Torah's script is different. It doesn't end with a cosmic cage match. It ends with clarity. It ends with nations recognizing truth. It ends with Israel recognizing its mission. It ends with Ishmael recognizing his greatness. And it ends with the world recognizing that the real enemy was never each other. It was confusion. Refinement is the moment when the noise stops and the truth becomes unavoidable. It's the moment when Israel realizes that being the firstborn is not about privilege, but responsibility. It's the moment when Ishmael realizes that greatness is not about replacing, but contributing. It's the moment when the nations realize that prophecy is not a prediction, it's a pattern. And here's the comedic tragedy. Everyone wants the Messianic era, but nobody wants the refinement that leads to it. Everyone wants peace, but nobody wants the accountability that peace requires. Everyone wants unity, but nobody wants to give up the narratives that keep them comfortable. Refinement is the part where the excuses die. It's the part where Israel can no longer blame exile for its spiritual confusion. It's the part where Ishmael can no longer blame history for its resentment. It's the part where the nations can no longer blame religion for their moral laziness. Refinement is the moment when the world stops pointing fingers and starts pointing inward. And yes, there's humor in this, because humanity has spent thousands of years arguing over who gets to sit in the front seat of Abraham's cosmic minivan. Meanwhile, the Torah is in the back seat saying, if you two don't stop fighting, I will turn this covenant around. The fifth exile ends not with destruction, but with purification. Not with chaos, but with clarity. Not with domination, but with recognition. This is the last refinement, the moment before the world steps into the next phase of history. And like all refinements, it burns away everything that isn't true. The question is simple. When the refinement comes, will we cling to the narrative, or will we cling to the truth? Because the truth doesn't need defending. It needs recognizing. And that's where the story continues.